Hi, Jace. Say hello. So me and my boy here just had a little event. So for the first time in his life, his mommy is going out to dinner. So it's just Dad in the home. Dad and the baby, all alone. So I gotta feed him some dinner here. And it's really simple, just heat it up for 10 seconds and then put a little on his plate right here, as you can see, which is done. He's all done eating. And this is how it went. I cut up some noodles, and I cut up some little chicken, and there's a little bit of broccoli in there. All little baby sizes, so smallest little portions. So I give him a noodle, and I should mention, he's making all these cute little sounds now. He's growing up. He's exploring his voices. You're doing that now. You're doing a bunch of little things. You're just the cutest little guy. Oh, so anyways, so I cut him up and I put him in front of him one at a time, and he takes some noodle. And, he's not really liking it. And I'm like, what is going on? I've seen this guy eat this noodle. He puts the noodle in his mouth. And what do you do, son? And you start to choke a little bit. But I don't think it's choking, right? This isn't happening to me. So I'm like, all right, I got to start unstrapping him because he's got these straps here, right? And I'm like, I got to prepare to pick him up and start smacking his back until he spits up this little noodle. So I'm preparing, but I can tell he's kind of choking but kind of breathing, and everything's fine. So, but I kind of pick him up anyways just to make sure he's okay, and I pat his back a little bit and he's fine. And on we go. He's not really eating good. He's not eating his chicken. He's not eating his noodles. Finally, he takes the smallest bite of the noodle. He puts it into his mouth, and it's on. He gives me the look. He gives me the look. Dad, I'm going to die. I can't breathe, and I can't eat. I'm completely choking. And my heartbeat starts going 1,000,000 miles per hour. I grab this little guy. He's like almost turning blue. I grab this little guy, put him over my knee, and I start pounding his back, giving this guy the beat down. He starts coughing up, and I grab that noodle, and he's fine. And I start cursing out his mother, who's not here, for making me feed him these noodles, because apparently these noodles are the stickiest noodles of all time. So now I'm like settling down. For a split second, I thought he was a goner. And I said, this is what you're getting for dinner, dude. You're getting these stupid little fruit snacks for dinner. So I pop open a little fruit snack. He loves it. He's trying to grab one right now. And he starts putting it in his mouth, and he's eating it. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's going perfect. I give him another piece of chicken. Why do I do this? I don't know. I give him another piece of chicken. I guess I'm playing with fate here. He takes the piece of chicken, and what do? You eat it right away. And I'm like, oh, this is great. Give him another piece of chicken, and what do, son? What do? You start gagging and spitting it up. And I'm like, all right, this kid, I've never seen him do this before in his entire life. I'm home alone with him, panicking, or I was panicked, and now he's spitting up the chicken. So I'm like, absolutely no more chicken. He spits up the chicken into my mouth. Into my mouth. I'm not baby birding, mama birding stuff. He spits up the chicken, and out of his mouth comes this. This was in his mouth. This is what he was chewing on. This is the noises he was making right here. This is like, I don't know what this is. It's like a bag of peanuts, like a wrapper of it. This was in his mouth this whole dinner. And he was trying to eat all of that stuff with this in his mouth. So I grabbed it from him and I'm like, oh my God. Take a deep breath. So here's the lesson. All those noises he was making before dinner, they weren't cute little noises. He was chewing on this freaking thing. And then I almost killed him. But we're all good now. And we're not going to tell Mom till later because she's at her nice dinner. And you're getting a little fussy. All right, well, baby boy's safe and sound, but whew, I had a little bit of a scare.